All right. Got the You Miss Game Over shirt. Let's put on the headphones. Let's get on into the recording screen. There we go. And I'll start the recording here in 3, 2, and 1. This is the Tier 10 American Autoloading Heavy, the T57 Heavy. It is a vehicle that's mainly known for the deadly clip that it carries, dealing about a maximum of about 12 to 1300 damage per shot. That is if you are managed to hit all 3 of these shells that are carrying in the clip. Within the present update, this vehicle has received a little bit of some changes. First off, it lost a little bit of its rotation speed, going from 33.48 to 30.13. Its aiming time also got slightly worse, from 3.5 to 4.0 average. And its max speed also got slightly better, going from 35 at top to 37 and 12 to 13 in reverse. Not that it would really make a difference whatsoever. This vehicle also, because it has a 2.5 second intra-clip time in between shells, has the shell reload boost mechanic. And what that does is that it decreases the intra-clip reload time to a point to where you are able to fire all 3 of your shells much faster than the standard time at about 1.9 seconds. So here we are in our first battle. I clearly have no support over here. I have really no idea what I'm doing. So, alright, we already got a Type 71 spotted off in the back. Let's see if we can try to deal with him, if he is really the only enemy that's over here. So, unfortunately, not able to get that shell into him. So, let's go ahead and miss the second one, which is unfortunate. Alright, but we did manage to get the third one out, as we carefully had to place our cursor right into his hatch and guarantee the pen at that with the heat shells. Alright, so we are reloading our clip once again. Not really a good time to use the shell reload boost, as the Type 71 is really hold down, and there's really nothing I can do against him when he's at this position. Alright, so we're reloading our clip once again. We can't pen the side of his cheek. There we go. Nice tap into the side of that. Alright, let's mosey on up, as our E75 is kind of screwing us in the process. There's a second tap into the Type, and there is the third tap. And he does end up getting cleared by the IS-7 at that, which is really good. Alright, we got the Waffentrager off in the back. It looks like he's getting kerblunkered in the process, so not really concerned about him at the moment. Let's just go ahead and take care of some of the other enemies that are possibly going over towards Seaside. Alright, or planted themselves over at Seaside. Alright, so we're just going to kind of stay in a hold down position right over here and see what we got that's going to be spotted. Comp Panzer 50 ton looks like he's going to be moseying on through over here. Alright, so let's just go ahead and wait. Maybe we can get some taps into him if he pokes. So, let's go ahead and get one. Let's get the second. And, unfortunately, not able to get the third. But the good news is the T95 or T92E1 is coming on through, and we were able to get a nice tap into his vehicle. Comp Panzer 50 ton hits us, but that's totally fine. I'm just going to kind of plant myself right behind the tree right over here, just in case if he tries to get any further more hit points dealt from me. Alright, so staying put right here. We also got a minnow off in the back. Alright, let's go ahead and mosey onward towards the minnow and see if we can farm more DPM out of these guys. So it looks like he's coming on out in the open right around over here. Oh, we also got the 60 TP coming on through as well. So let's go ahead and get a tap for 500 into his vehicle. Let's go ahead and get a bounce, unfortunately enough. But the good news, that kind of blows. Okay, well, anyways. Let's see, we got an IS-5 or IS-7. I don't know where he's at. The E75, I don't know what he's doing, just sitting, planting his tank on in the back right there. But that's unfortunate. So, alright, looks like the minnow did end up coming on forward. So, we are reloading our clip once again. Alright, IS-7 is going to attack. He does get a bounce, so let's go ahead and mosey on towards the 60 then. And let's go ahead and get a tap into you for 411. Let's go ahead and get a second tap into you and finish it off with a third tap. And there's where the deadly clip is doing its job, as I am hitting all 3 of my shells, doing a very solid damage output into the enemy 60. So now the minnow is right over here. I'm not really concerned about the 60 at the moment, so we're just going to go ahead and reload our clip. Let's see if we can get a very good clipping potential into this guy. Alright, so let's go ahead and activate the shell reload boost once again. Let's get one. Let's get, unfortunately, a bounce. I might be dead here in the process. That might be unfortunate upon my behalf. Oh, and it looks like he's not really going for me. And the 60, I don't know if he's already reloaded. Oh, thank God we were able to get out of that danger zone without getting clear, which is actually really solid. All right. So we're reloading our clip once again, and there is a 7 kill for the IS-7. Big congrats to him, and a very solid job upon his behalf. So we were able to do above 5,000 damage in this one. Our clipping potential really did help us in the end. So there we go, 5,172, destroying 0, and pulling out a first class along with doing top on the team. I would be surprised at this IS-7. He did not get an ace, surprisingly enough. That's actually unfortunate upon his behalf. So without further ado, let's go ahead and resupply and head right on into our second battle. I gotta mention as well that this vehicle also does carry improved gunpowder. And what that mechanic does is that it improves the shell velocity. So if you have an enemy that's trying to hide in a spot to where at the last second you're using your clipping potential to your ability, that's where that can become most effective, is especially when you're trying to get a last second shot before the vehicle moves into a cover zone, and that's where the shell velocity, or the increase in shell velocity, can really be beneficial to hit the enemy right before he gets into that spot. So anyways, here we are in our second game. Let's see, they have another 60, they have a Stritzfallen K, and a Type 71 along with a 111 5A. Alright, let's see where my team is going to be going. Okay, it looks like they're all going towards the right side. So, let's go ahead and mosey on forward right along over here. See how we can fare well. We already got a Leopard 1 already spotted off to the side. Not able to spot his vehicle as he is right behind the bridge over there. Alright, so let's go ahead and mosey on forward just a little bit. Let's see what enemies are possibly going to be spotted coming through here, as I do want to kind of wedge myself in between this little brick wall thing right here. Alright, we got a Type off in the back, so let's go ahead and unfortunately miss his track wheel, which is unfortunate. We also got the 183 off in the back. Let's go ahead and get a quick tap into you, and he hits me for 910, which is unfortunate. Let's go ahead and see if we can try to get a... that track wheel is so troll. That's why I hate the Type 71 at times. So, and he's a border jumper name. So, honestly, that's where you can tell that this player clearly has 40% luck. So anyways, let's see. They got an E3. It looks like he's poking on upwards. We can maybe overmatch his roof, or we can try to hit the hatch right there. Okay, well, he moves at the last second, unfortunately enough. So let's go ahead. Oh my gosh, that hatch is so troll. Well, but the only thing I can really do is get a high explosive for 187. That's totally fine. So reloading our clip once again. I want to see if I can try to use my shell reload boost once again if an enemy ends up trying to push on out in the open, which looks like the E3 might do. So you also got the Type off in the back. Let's see, the E3 might poke. Alright, so Type 71 is possibly going to... Oh. Come on, bro, I know you want to. Oh, well, we also got the Leopard off in the back. There's 438 out of his vehicle, and he got kerblunkered by the 268 wall at that. So... let's see, is anybody else going to poke? Well, the Leopard is dead. That's good. Alright, Type looks like he's going to poke on out now. Or not. Alright, I guess we're going to have to move on up. I'm going to keep the 2 shells just in case, so let's go ahead and mosey on upwards, maybe towards the 60 TP over here. Or we also got the Stritzfallen. Unfortunately, not able to get that shell out, which is unfortunate. We also got the E3. Let's at least finish him off. That's really good. Alright, so now we're going to reload our clip once again. I'm really hoping to get a good clipping potential into the 60 right over there. Either that, or I can clear the Stritzfallen and the 5A at the same time. So... alright, so it looks like the 60's moseying on up just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and take the hit just in case. Alright, well, it looks like he was not aiming in on me. Let's go ahead and activate the shell reload boost. Let's get 1. Let's finish you off. And, oh, there's the 183. Oh, thank God he misses. Well, that's pretty good. The clipping potential even works, especially when there's 3 enemies in front of you and get a shell into each one. That really reduces their hit points down to a point to where if you do have support, then that's really good. So anyways... we're just reloading our clip once again, and the 60 is pretty much screwed at this point, so let's go ahead and get a quick tap into you and finish you off. Let's go ahead. Oh, 183 gets finished off. Well, that's a very solid demonstration as well towards the T57 Heavy and demonstrating its capabilities to the best that I can. Let's see what the battle damage results turn out to be. 2651, or 2621 to strength 3, pulling out a second class on this one. And doing 3rd on the team. Okay, surprisingly enough, we got surpassed by 2 enemies, which is alright. It's a pretty good, solid team at that. So now, let's go ahead and resupply one more time, and let's see how we can do in our 3rd battle. Do gotta mention as well that this vehicle does have 9 degrees of gun depression, and it's really solid for poking over very angulated ridge lines. Not that it has the best of turret armor at that behalf, but you can get occasional troll bounces here and there. That's really why this thing is penciled in as a heavy at that. So anyways, here we are in game number 3. They have a 50B, they have M4 MLE 54, and they have a VK4502 and an IS4. Okay, so I'm going to head on over towards the right side, as I do see that there are no mediums at that, just in case if that Leopard 1 wants to try to flank directly behind us. So I do know that there's very solid ridge lines right around over here. I want to see if I can try to do such. Alright, thank you guys for colliding with me. I do dearly appreciate that. So let's go ahead and mosey on through over here and use our gun depression. Okie doke. Moseying on through. Alright, let's see what they got that's possibly or potentially going to poke on through right around over here. So I do want to be very cautious just in case, because I never know what could be poking on over here. Maybe a medium, maybe if it's some heavies or some guys camping off in the back. You may never know. Alright. Well, that 183 got kerblunkered. Alright, looks like the Leopard is moseying on through right around over here. Let's go ahead and get a quick tap into him. Might as well activate the shell reload boost. And look at that. 1,263 damage out of his vehicle already. That is where the clipping potential of the E57 Heavy really comes into play, when you're able to dump all 3 of your shells within a matter of seconds, and that Leopard is cleared at the moment. So now we're going to mosey on up forward a little bit. We got the 50B off in the back. Let's see if he moseys on forward just a little bit. Maybe we can... Okay, never mind. I was going to say we could try to squeeze in the shell. We also got the IS4 moseying on out. We did spot him at the slightest bit. So I'm just going to mosey on up over here. We also got the... VK off in the back. Unfortunately, that shell just goes low. But the good news is that we are an autoloader, and we can get 2 extra bits of solid damage into his vehicle. Alright, so we're reloading our clip once again. The IS-4 is poking himself out in the open once again. VK is still planting himself out in the open. If we did out of our shell reload boost, we could have gotten another 1,200 damage out of his vehicle within a matter of seconds. So we got the IS-4, we also got the VK. Let's go ahead and... slap him once. Let's go ahead and do it again. And let's go ahead and do it another time. So there's another 12 to 1,300 damage brought out of his vehicle, breaking past 3,000 damage at this point. Alright, so this guy is pretty much screwed. I don't know why he's still out in the open like that. We also got the M4 MLE 54. It looks like we could spot his rear. We got our shell reload boost back, so let's quickly, and hopefully he stays out in the open. And let's go ahead and get 1. Let's get... damn it. Alright, well, there's 800 damage. I can't complain. That's still a very solid outcome. But even when you do manage to still get 2 of the 3 shells in, you're still able to put up a pretty solid damage output in terms of that. So anyways, I was really looking forward, on the other hand, to getting those shells into that M4. So anyways, we got the Yag mosey on out now. Let's see if we can maybe plant ourselves right here, just in case if he pokes. So we get 1 tap into him. He's exposing his lower plates. There's a 2nd tap into him. I can honestly care, or he can bounce me at that. And I clearly bounced his track, which is unfortunate. But another very solid demonstration to the clipping potential of the 57 Heavy. And we were able to do this in 3 very solid games at that. Let's take a look at the post-game results and see how much we did in this one. 4,865, blocking 800 in the process, just pulling out a 2nd class, and it's kind of obvious that we did top on the team in this one. I gotta say that the 57 Heavy has got to be one of the deadliest autoloaders in the game. That is, if you manage to know how to perform well in it. In this game, we were able to pull out some very solid stats, and it was able to come to the outcome as we expected apart from that. So anyways, hopefully you guys did end up enjoying today's video, and if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure to turn on those bell notifications while at it so you don't miss out on any new videos, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.